guys, so today we'll be discussing about episode 1 of the second season of Shokugeki no Soma. So we start off with Soma talking with Ishiki and Erina about who his next opponent is during the autumn selection. So his first opponent was Alice Nakiri. So Alice was number 1 from the previous selection on block B, while Soma was just second place in block A. So this was going to be an intense battle right off the bat. It's going to be sick. And you know, Alice is a very formidable opponent. Like, she's really good at, like, you know, this molecular gastronomy and all this stuff. And like, it seems like, you know, her special motives, like, every time she cooks, her special like way of cooking is like she likes cold food. Like, she specializes in cold food, usually like sushi, raw food, stuff like that. And it ends up being amazing. While, like, you know, on the other team, Soma, he specializes in, like, you know, all this hot food, crispy food, you know, fried stuff like that. So this is like 2 different atmosphere going against each other at once. So it was pretty interesting. As we start the battle between Alice and Soma in the autumn selections, we see that we got new judges, and one of them is the Senzaemon, which is Alice's and Erina's grandfather, the guy who, you know, the big dude, the principal, the guy who basically owns the academy. So he's gonna be he's finally gonna be a judge. So we get to see more of him. And as we can see, the topic for the battle is going to be bento. So Alice makes this you know, sushi layered you know, bento, where, like, you know, each layer adds a different flavor as you go down. And while the judges were shocked, like, how amazing it was, like, the meat was perfect, the you know, it was flash frozen, and she chemically broke down, like, the tomato, so you don't even taste the, like, original tomato. It was just the molecules that made like a certain flavor inside the sushis. And then her special last blast, her last little sushi ball, it was she added like chazuki or something like that. It was just that was her trump card back then. On the other hand, he made a nori bento, and people were shocked because, like, you know, nori bento, that's so basic, everyone can eat that, all this stuff. But he had a little, you know, surprise to it. Everything he makes has that little surprise. He just shocks everyone. And what makes it awesome is, like, he brought the containers that hold temperature, and he had layers of it. And each layer had different, like, types of food. And at first it starts out with, you know, like fried salmon, and oh my god, don't watch this anime at night, or you're just gonna be starving at like, you're just gonna be starving, period, starving. It's so good because, like, the way they make the animators and the audio, how they make, like, the crunch and the sizzling, oh my god, it's amazing. It just makes you hungry. So what made him, like, do well was, like, the way he battered made the batter, and how he prepared the salmon before he cooked it and fried it. He also added rice with umami. Umami also, he did some gastronomy where he got some of the molecules of the umami and turned it into, like, these ball-shaped forms, where he learned it from candy. This weird candy, he just learned it from the instructions on the back, and that shocked a lot of people. And then he used a soup that he would pour on the rice and the umami balls, and then everyone just went crazy. Freaking Senzaemon went shirtless and no one knew about it. Like, even Alice was like, wait, when were you shirtless? And, like, that just made everyone go wild. And then when the final verdict came, you know, Senzaemon was like, okay, both of your dishes was amazing. Alice, your dish was, you know, nonetheless, it was fantastic. It tasted amazing. And what he said was, you know, bento, there's a certain, you know, theme to bento, and he said that if it was like a sushi subject, like if the topic for the battle was sushi, she would have made the same thing. So that was one of her losses. That's why she lost, because, like, it didn't, like, you know, give a reason, or, like, you know, it didn't pack a punch, or how do I say it? It didn't give, you know, the idea, like, you know, she actually made this creatively for this subject. She could have used it for another one. On the other hand, Soma, he made it like, you know, just original. He when you make the food and you give it to the judges, you know, they know. They go back into this feeling and, like, of memories and such, and you know, they just have that heartfelt emotions after they ate it. So Senzama walks up, gets the big ass brush, writes down, bam, bam, bam. Soma wins, and everyone's cheering, yay! It was awesome. I think one of the best quotes in that episode was when Senzama talks about Alice, about how, like, one of her, like, the burdens is she's so bright that she casts such a huge shadow, and that would make, like, lots of people fear her. Like, they would give up automatically. But then he talks about Soma, like, oh man, Soma, he doesn't care. He's fearless, man. He's a badass. That's what Senzaemon thinks, and that's awesome. So after the opening, we saw the next preview. It's gonna be Tadakoto versus Ryu. It's gonna be sick because Ryu is a crazy motherfucker. He's crazy. He's speaking crazy. And then this Tadako, she's all innocent and, you know, she's shy at times and stuff. So it's gonna be an interesting battle, and expect a video about that and a discussion. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you guys aren't, make sure to subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys next time on the next video. Peace out.